Are you interested in starting a YouTube? Video consumption online is on the rise. Whatever your business is or whatever your interest is, video is key. It's not clear how many people can sit down and read, but everybody can sit down and watch a video. Whether you're a business owner, a musician, an artist, a motorcycle enthusiast, doesn't matter what it is, if you have something you want to share with the world, video is the way to do it. Hi, I'm John Bear, so happy to see your beautiful face, and today I will talk about all the recommended equipment for starting a YouTube channel, so you can deliver professional looking video similar to this. Welcome back. If you're new here, I'm John Bear. I create content on how to create content. If you haven't already, I would be very happy if you hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel out. So here is a rundown of all the things that you're gonna need to make an amazing YouTube channel. Camera, tripod, lights, audio, editing software, finally, editing hardware. I will talk about all of these things in the order of importance. Number one, audio. Audio is so important. Even if your video quality is bad, if your audio is good, then people will stay.
What's this? What's this? There's color everywhere. What's this? There's white things in the air.
I have two microphone recommendations. If you're recording near your laptop or PC, I will recommend to you the Blue Yeti. This baby right here. This classic USB microphone is legendary. When watching videos online, I see people using this all the time, from Twitch streamers to professional videographers. I've gotten so much use out of this bad boy that it practically pays for itself. It's affordable and you're gonna get so much use out of it. I use it when recording sound effects, when I play video games, and of course when I record my videos, like right now. But I obviously do not bring this microphone outside, although you could, I suppose. So when I travel, do vlogs, or just go outside in general, I use the Deity D3 Pro. This microphone is so good. It's weather sealed, it's super professional. It's got gain controls on the back, and most importantly, it delivers amazing audio. One of my favorite features of this mic is that it powers on and off with your camera, so you don't waste battery. In fact, I barely charge this. It just feels like the battery lasts forever. And the fact that it's weather sealed means that it's just very reliable. I've brought this with me to like crazy rains in Iceland and it survived. So this is the Pro version, which costs around $200, but you can get a regular D3 version that's around $100. So half the price. From some comparison videos that I've watched on YouTube, the audio quality between the two seems to be quite similar. What you're getting with the Pro mic is just more sort of flexibility for professional use. So Deity D3 Pro. Amazing microphone. Number two, lights. Yeah, second most important thing is lights. Huh, who would have thought that? For the longest time, I didn't think so. It took me a long time to realize just how important having this big light is. So the light that I'm using right now is the Godox SL60W. I recommend this light for professional use, for YouTube, for anything, because it's affordable, it's amazingly bright, and it gets the job done no matter what. I use this light when I'm filming my YouTube videos. I use it when I go on professional shoots. It's just with me all the time. I mean, it's not super portable, but it's absolutely necessary. So why are lights so important? Because it doesn't matter how good your camera is. If you don't have any light, even the most professional camera will still look like garbage. Just for reference, I turned off my fancy light and I'm using just a ceiling light, and you can tell just how crappy this image looks. Even though I'm using a very professional camera, it just doesn't look good. Having lights is absolutely important. Even if the camera that I had right now was like the newest IMAX camera that would make James Cameron cream his pants, the image would still look shit. So light is way more important than camera, trust me. If you don't want to spend money on lights, then you can always use natural window lights. Your footage is gonna look good, but it's not gonna look professional. So sort of for the sake of having that professional presentation, I do recommend having a big light with a nice softbox. Number three, camera. All right, now that we've gotten the audio and the lights out of the way, we finally talk about the camera. Now, I've already made a video talking about the camera that I recommend for YouTube, and you can find the link either up here or down there. But to summarize it, I do recommend the Lumix camera series, specifically G7, G85 or G9 depending on your budget. The G9 has amazing stabilization and it's going to be all you need for your handheld or vlogging needs. But don't let a professional camera discourage you. You can get started right now with This. Everybody has a phone, you have a phone, whatever phone you use, it probably has a very decent camera. And provided that you have your lights covered and your audio covered, your phone camera is going to be enough. And while I'm specifically talking about how to make your videos look professional here, as long as your message is compelling and you have a good story to tell, then yeah, this is enough. Number 4, tripod. Having a proper sized tripod is huge. If every video that you film, you're holding the camera and it's going to be shaking all the time, it's just, it's not gonna be nice. Being able to lock your camera off at any angle, pointing anywhere you want, is such a luxury, and usually a usable tripod is gonna cost you around $50. And sure, you could prop your camera up on a bookshelf or whatever, but you're not gonna have that freedom and flexibility to just point your camera anywhere. Especially because your tripod gives you that portability. You can place your camera anywhere and you can film yourself anywhere. I included a tripod on this list because for me it's just so necessary. And I think a lot of solo creators might not consider how important having a tripod really is. All right, number 5, editing software. Depending on the video you're making, any editing software is gonna be sufficient. You could use iMovie if you want to, because in the end of the day, you're gonna use simple cuts most of the time just to stitch your footage together. So when you're starting out, the most important thing is just to start. So I would recommend looking at the free alternatives out there, such as DaVinci or iMovie. However, once you're ready to level up the playing field, then personally, I recommend Premiere Pro in the Adobe Creative Suite Cloud that I am using right now. Premiere Pro is an industry standard by many means, and a lot of people recommend it. But the main reason I recommend it is because it gives you access to Photoshop as well as Lightroom. And once you're creating really good video content, you're gonna need both Photoshop and Lightroom to create those really eye-popping thumbnails for your videos. And if your videos don't have a very good thumbnail, then nobody's gonna click them in the first place. Plus, the Creative Cloud gives you access to Adobe Audition, which is the editing software that I use for all my audio editing. And this software is just so good for cleaning up your audio and just making everything sound so much better. Again, there is a free alternative. You can check out Audacity for audio. And finally, number 6, editing hardware. The hardware requirements will depend a lot on the resolution that you film in, as well as how many effects you're going to be using in the edits. But as long as you keep things fairly simple, you can probably edit on the laptop that you're using right now. But I'm not making any guarantees. So my recommendation is to use what you have right now until you feel an upgrade is necessary. But one benefit of using Premiere Pro as your editing software is it allows you to create something called a proxy. A proxy is basically a low resolution version of the file that you're editing. So when you create a proxy, you will have the low resolution file to edit in, which allows you to edit smoothly with good playback. And then when you're ready to finally export the finished product, everything goes back into its original resolution. Personally, I use this workflow for all my projects, no matter what, because I just can't stand my editing software being slow. And thanks to proxies, I'm able to edit wherever I go using my Dell XPS 13. This is not an amazing computer by any means, but it's got a lot of RAM and it's quite small, which is why I like it. But most of the time I'm editing on my desktop PC that I built myself. If you do decide to go all in with video editing, I do recommend you to build your own desktop PC, because when you build it yourself, it's gonna be much more affordable than the pre-built options on the marketplace. And for all you Mac lovers out there, I'm not a Mac user myself, but it is my opinion that they overcharge you by a lot just for the use of the brand. If you build your own desktop PC running Windows or Linux or whatever you want, you can save a lot of money and you're gonna feel proud. You know, you built something, you made a machine that's alive and breathing. But that's just my personal opinion. When building your editing hardware or when shopping for a laptop, the 4 things that I recommend you to look out for is storage, processor, RAM, and GPU. If you want the best of the best when it comes to laptop video editing, then Asus Pro Duo is made almost specifically for Premiere Pro. I have not used this laptop myself, but I've watched a lot of videos and I think this is the one that I would get if this one right here is not enough anymore. All right, so that's it for this video. These are all the things that you need to consider to make professional video content for YouTube. Whether you're a business owner or you have a personal interest you want to share with the world and you want to monetize your interest, video content is the way. The type of content that gets traffic is educational content. Just like in my channel, how I try to educate with editing and just camera stuff in general, this is what people search, this is what they find. So let's say, for example, you're a musician. If you put educational content on YouTube regarding music or just like behind the scenes stuff of how you make your music, then you can possibly make a living from your interests. I would be very curious to see in your comments down below, what interests do you have that you might consider monetizing through video? You probably have a skill or something niche that you know more about than most other people that you can teach people about. Consider making video content for YouTube. It doesn't have to be a full-time thing, but it has potential to earn you money on the side. I hope you found this video educational as well as motivational. That's all I can hope for. If you did enjoy it, hit that like button and share it with a friend. And if you're still watching to the end, you're the best. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.